Whatever you do, don't ever hang your hands off the edge of the bed. Written by Not Necessarily. It was a lazy Friday night. I was binging on my kind friend's Netflix account while eating another microwavable meal. I turned off my crappy 30-inch smart TV and decided to call it a day. The weekend was always the favorite part of my week. I didn't have to go to that dusty old gas station and stand at the counter all day. It always surprised me why the gas station wasn't closed down yet. On a busy week, I would get about 5 customers. I had these thoughts in my head as my body switched to autopilot. I walked to the bathroom, brushed my teeth, and jumped right into my cheap single bed. The springs in the mattress squeaked in protest. I pulled my blanket over me and relaxed. The usual anxious thoughts filled my mind as they always do at night. Do I even have a future? Am I going to die in this stupid apartment? I pushed them to the back of my mind and turned over on my side. I closed my eyes and naturally hung my hand over the edge of the bed, as there wasn't much space on the bed anyways. I struggled to get into a comfortable position on the rock-hard mattress. Sometimes I wonder if it'll be easier sleeping on the floor. I closed my eyes and tried to fall asleep. More and more thoughts filled my head, and one by one disappeared. My thoughts got jumbled up on top of each other, and my mind got foggy. I was on the brink of sleep. Suddenly, I felt an icy grip on my hand that sent chills down my spine. All my sleepiness disappeared. I couldn't move. I tried as hard as I could, but my muscles were not working. The grip on my hand got stronger and stronger. I saw another pale, ghostly hand holding onto my hand that was hanging off the bed. Then suddenly, the hand pulled. Its pull was strong, and combined with my paralyzed body, I fell out of bed and came face to face with what was pulling me. She was under my bed. Her whole face was as white as a sheet of paper, with bluish veins running through like thin worms. A black, dirty tangle of hair covered both sides of her face. Her eyes awoke a primal fear within me. They were way too big and circular. The little whites that her eyes had were pure white and devoid of any veins or blemishes. Her pupils were deep black and expanded until they covered most of her eyes. Her pupils made the white of her eyes just an outline. She had no eyebrows, which I guess is what unnerved me. If the description of her face and eyes make you uncomfortable, perhaps you should skip to the next paragraph. Her mouth was even worse. She had no lips. Her mouth looked like a hole on a white cloth. Her teeth were yellow and disproportionate. I screamed as she slowly started reaching out to me with white, blood-stained hands. Fortunately, I suddenly regained movement of my muscles and my paralysis wore off. I lurched away from the bed and frantically made my way out of the room. I stood outside my room for some time. My heart slowly stopped pounding, and my mind started to rationalize what had just happened. Must have been sleep paralysis, I thought to myself, as my heart returned to its slow, rhythmic beats, and I grasped control of the situation. I walked back into my room, and surely there was nothing there. I checked under my bed slowly, expecting to get eaten by whatever the hell that was. There was nothing there. I chuckled nervously as I laid back down in my bed. What I saw next will never leave my mind. There she was, somehow stuck onto my ceiling. Her hair was hanging downwards, and her neck was bent backward nearly 360 degrees. She was looking down at me, her whole of a mouth curled into a menacing smile, and she emitted a high-pitched sound. I stumbled out of my bedroom and grabbed my car keys and coat. She slowly followed me out. I got into my car and sped off until she was far, far away. Once I had calmed down a bit, I decided to go to a club or bar. Later in the morning, I would head off to my friend's house. I made it to my local bar and ordered a large glass to soothe my nerves. People were talking all around me, and I felt generally safer with everyone else around. Then I saw her outside the bar window. My breath caught in my throat as she came closer and closer. I pushed and jostled through the crowded bar and made it to the exit. I ran to my car and drove. I've been on the road for a couple of days now. I'm running out of money and time. She appears as soon as I stop somewhere, and she will slowly walk towards me. It took me a couple of days to write this post. I wrote this solely as a warning to all of you guys. Once she's done with me, she'll come for more people. Whatever you do, don't you ever hang your hands off the edge of the bed. Thank you for your continued support, everyone. It really means a lot to me. If you haven't already, please give me a subscribe and watch for more narrations. Have a good night, everyone. Love, the Mistress.